Hey bats, hope everyone's been doing really well. As usual, I'm a busy bat, and that's why I have not uploaded. I feel like that's going to be a pretty common excuse. But good news! I did fix one of the major issues with video creation on my end that ended up taking me forever, and that's one of the major factors why I didn't upload Backrooms ones as much, so hopefully more of this content will be produced more often. Now, just so that you know, I learned from a few other little monsters that the primary Backrooms universe humans use to gather their data is being destroyed. And, of course, in human terms, that means the wiki is being edited. In multiverse terms, it means that humans learn that the version of the Backrooms they were figuring out has been or is being currently obliterated. And they moved on to a new one. That's how multiverses work. I don't feel like explaining it. So that means that I'll label the videos I did on said destroyed universe with all that lore, Destroyed Universe Alpha, or something cool like that. I don't know. Universe names I haven't really thought of. I could do whatever I want with it, because I'm cool like that. But, you know, Destroyed Universe Alpha, sure, that sounds cool. So I'll go back and do that. And just so you know, in this new universe, the lore and the activity of certain entities, like partygoers, ironically, the last video I did things on, might change. So some of that advice might be outdated for the universe you might find yourself in. Anyway, this will just be the case every time the wiki is edited, aka yet another universe is eaten by the void. And speaking of which, that's the topic of today's video, along with another thing, you know, the full. Very creatively named, I might say, by humans. Anyway, so, the void. Think of endless darkness, no sound, nothing to feel. The void. No clipping may indeed land you there. Also, good luck if that happens. You would rather have been eaten up by an entity than have it happen. And it's rare. I mean, you know, that's good for you, I suppose, if you're no clipping or trying to. But you gotta think about how rare it is. Statistically, it should be that you yourself are alive, or that humans in general actually evolved in your universe. It's just incredibly rare. So, rare things do happen, and good luck, you know? It sucks if it happens to you. Now, what exactly is the void? Well, I'm sure you've heard of the void in various video games, pop culture, media. It exists in the Backrooms as well. It's not a level. Essentially, you're falling forever and it's impossible to die there. No stars, not a whisper, maybe your own thoughts for a time. But even they fade away to nothing, and you are a mindless husk, not even fit to be considered alive. Now, it is a fate worse than the most torturous death, some say, but that's a matter of perspective. Some would kill for that to happen to them. Or, perhaps later, regret it. I mean, you are falling forever and probably, for a time, reliving every horrible thing you've ever done, and maybe even every happy thing you've done. You could be falling in there right now and just reliving your life. You never know. But, whatever, you should probably not try to enter the void intentionally. Again, as much as you might think it could be cool, or you might like it, given, you know, your mind is in a bad spot, not a good idea. There's some thin points in the Backrooms, and you can no-clip into them. Don't try to enter level 379, you'll just end up in the void, which is a bummer. There are no exits to the void that your kind can utilize, but I'll tell you a little secret, and this isn't in your little wiki or silly lore page or anything like that. There are void walkers, and they're considered monsters that can technically pull you out. It's a deal with a demon sort of thing, you know? Granted, some of us, I mean these void walkers, are benevolent, so your deal might not be too bad. It depends on what kind of person you are. I'm not saying that I am a void walker thing or anything, that would be strange, but anyway, you could try to call upon me as you're falling into the forever nothing, and it depends if I'll call back. I mean, will I? Hopefully I won't be too distracted, but, you know, let's move on to the full, shall we? So, it's an even lower chance than the void to land in what's called the full. But again, statistically, your kind probably shouldn't exist. So again, good luck. The full is similar to the void in that it's not a level. It's nothing but also everything at once. Unending distances, always has been there, never been there. You get the gist. I've been there for a while and have also never been there before, and I can say it's a lot. Really full, you know? It's got no entities, and all of them too. It has no versions of me, but all of them. I've met and not met all of you, and myself, really. And you will too. You kinda can't exit. You'll probably be dead and not dead, and in forever pain. Now, again, and this is not recorded in your silly little stories, or wiki, or whatever you use to record all of this data on the ever-changing universes. Like the void, there is a secret way out, though, and something you humans have yet to record, like I said. And I'm feeling nice today, though, so I'll say it, even if your people don't pay attention. So, you'll probably never record it, because it's so obscure and really not easy to comprehend for your kind. But that aside, I'll just call them everythings. So, they can understand that some people don't want either everything at once or nothing, so they'll throw you out of all and none of the exits to this place. And there's a high chance you won't keep your sanity wherever you actually end up, so sorry about that, I suppose. Another version of you will take the wheel, it's all good anyhow. Yeah, I mean, you might not like that concept, but that's reality, and not reality at the same time. Have fun. So ways to get there. Falling into wet cement in the middle will put you in this crazy place, and, you know, I would think that falling into wet cement in general is ill-advised, especially if you can remain alive in said wet cement. It makes you wonder if the statues that Medusa created with her gaze are still alive. They very well could be, doesn't. No one knows, really, you know. Their souls could be trapped. Haunted statues. I am off topic though now, aren't I? Alright. So, swimming to level 985, the end of it rather, it has a pretty small chance of teleporting you there. And then here's the not fun thing. There's a lot of numbers in this, so time to figure out how to explain this one. Just bear with me with the numbers. Alright, so, on level 9223372036847758007. Yes, that's a large number. If you climb to exactly 100,093 steps and jump into the void, you might get to the full. And why you'd want to do that, though, it beats me. There aren't any exits that your kind know of, but again, keep in mind what I said before. That said, the everythings will need to actually care to do that, and they care about nothing and everything at the same time. So it's like throwing a dart toward a falling dartboard. Sometimes I talk too fast and can't handle it. Anyway, it's like throwing a dart toward a falling dartboard in the void. And to that I say good luck. So, that would be the conclusion of our exploration there. I've been there a lot and have never been there, so hopefully you will not end up having a bad time at least, or having a good and bad time at the same time, or never timing. That was a fun exploration of everything and nothing at the same time, so I will make changes to my last videos and explain why exactly humanity no longer considers them quote-unquote canon by their standards. In reality, it's just typical universe destruction mayhem. And as you know from my last video, it's not from your supposed god. Yeah, perhaps you folk will end up studying a far better version of this backroom. Some say that the universe you're looking into will have better quality entities, whatever that means. Now, I do have a sponsor, but it's not a paid one. It's actually me. Yes, actually me. And I'm a creator. Actually, I've written several books, so I've created universes. Thank you. I know, it's actually quite exciting. Anyway, I did create an audiobook that I narrated for recently. Well, kind of. I narrated the character at the end, the female character. It's a first-person perspective jumper vampire horror book. I'm super proud of it. And I'd love if you would check it out. I'll share it in my description. And yeah, what can I say? It's a dystopic vampire fantasy. I bring the bite back to vampires. Mine are living vampires. So what you see I am right here, I'm from my own universe that I created. Paradoxal, but what else is new? So, yeah, sharp teeth and alive, not undead. And that might sound confusing, but you'll just have to look into my lore, won't you? So, that all aside, all of my creations, we will continue to talk about the Backrooms, which is a fun little universe, or actually very, 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 very many universes and versions of each other to dive into. And with that, Bats, I hope you have a nice night or day wherever it is for you, and toodles!